not rooted in enough substance. Not rooted in enough substance to win a championship. Damn, Oregon. Fuck Oregon. Shit, I'm glad they got beat. Shout out to Washington Huskies, man. Did their thing. It was a good ass game last night, man. It was one of them games that you really had to sit down and really watch to the end because you never know what was about to happen. I feel like in that play right before the second half, the referees kind of leaned towards Oregon, gave them that call because there wasn't no pass interference, but I feel like they gave them that call because that game was about to get ugly. That game was about to get ugly. Shout out to Washington, man. Washington came out there and really dominated Oregon, controlled the game, ran the ball well. Mike looked good, definitely Heisman. Mike better get that Heisman. So man, I'm just saying, Oregon was not rooted in enough substance to win a championship. Fuck Oregon. Now the reason I say that, because Oregon's coach, I can't even think of his name right now, but he really was big and bad when they played Colorado. He came out with a lot of animosity, like he had something to prove. Like he said he wanted to end the Cinderella story, which it wasn't no Cinderella story. It's just Coach Prime, new team, but Coach for Oregon came out with a lot of anger and motivation towards playing Colorado. And what's funny to me, the reason I'm making this video is because I didn't see the Oregon coach come out with the same substance and animosity and anger and passion to win this Pac-12 championship game. I didn't see no backstage footage. I ain't see no like this kind of make that coach look corny to me. Like, what the fuck was all that about? All that Colorado game shit about? Cause I ain't see, maybe the players seen it in the locker room. We didn't see, but it didn't look like he was coaching those guys up the way he was coaching in that Colorado game. Cause the Colorado game, man, he was over there slapping five with the other coaches, other players. It just felt like his whole swag was different in that game. He had something to prove. He wanted to beat this brother. He wanted to beat not rooted in enough substance to win a championship though. That's why I feel like the committee is probably glad Oregon lost because we tired of seeing Bo and them lose. We tired of seeing Bo Nix lose. We tired of seeing Oregon lose on these big games. Every time it's time for a real big game, y'all choke. And that was Bo Nix' issue down here in the SEC. When it was time for these big games in the SEC, y'all choke. Bo Nix gonna turn into Bo Picks. And Bo Nix, aka Bo Picks, that's what I call him. Bo Picks threw one of the stupidest interceptions I've seen all season. The stupidest. He didn't have to throw that ball. He could have just scrambled and got what he could get. But he tried to force something happen. After just getting the ball back, after just getting all the momentum and everything, they could have took that momentum and rolled with it once they got the interception. I watched it. But once they get an interception, he come right back and throw the stupidest interception I've seen all season. My man had time to come back in bounds and position his feet and catch the ball. So he seen Bo see him. Bo seen that man. Because if y'all remember, I know y'all remember this shit. Y'all seen Bo throw the ball. And when Bo threw it, he knew he fucked up. He kind of started running forward. Like, oh, shit. Bo, that right there is the play that proves why you couldn't make it in the SEC against these teams. Because Bama, Georgia, Florida team, all them teams like that, they eat that up. That's pick six. That's, you was doing that already down here. Shit. I'm an Auburn fan. So for people to talk about Bo Nix, if you're not an Auburn fan, you really ain't watched Bo Nix. I watched Bo. He had good seasons. He's a good quarterback. He's like Johnny Manziel. I've been telling people for a long time. He's the next Johnny Manziel without the flash. Short, compact quarterback, can move a little bit, move out the band, can throw a little bit, do his thing. Yeah, but in the NFL, in the big games, that the big games is how you can tell if a guy can be an NFL quarterback for real. If they can perform on a scale against these bigger teams, these massive defenses, these 5-star defenses. Like Joe Burrow said, playing in the NFL is like playing Bama every Sunday. It's like playing a top team every because it is. NFL is you when you get up here in the NFL is grown man football. They perfecting they craft now. You're playing against gurus and masters of football now. You're not just playing against, even though college is to me the best version of football, it's the most motivated, the most intense. You got something to lose. You trying to make a name for yourself in this on this college level. Every player is. Every player trying to eat, trying to make something out of this. So, in their pro level, it's whatever. So what I'm trying to get people to understand is with Bo Nix, when he gets to that pro level, I don't see him doing that well. If he do, okay, I'm wrong. But I see him being an Andrew Luck or Johnny Manziel. He ain't gonna be in there long, 2 3 years. He'll be in the Canadian League or something. He's not. He first of all, he ain't big enough. Second of all, he don't have a big enough arm. He can throw it. He's accurate. He can put some passes on the money, but his arm ain't. He ain't slanging that motherfucker like that. But he's a good. He might be on somebody's practice team. Eventually down the line, but Bo Nix is only really heard about because his background with his pops and playing. I think they played at Auburn or something. I forgot how the story go, whatever. Anyway, but I'm glad this Oregon train is over. Not rooted in enough substance to win a championship. Yeah, but another thing about this Oregon team for real, last night it looked like they tried to run Colorado's playbook, just passing the ball, passing the ball. They didn't use Bucky Irvin at all. I think Bucky Irvin might have had 9 carries. Uh, I think 9 or 10 carries. That's nothing. That's nothing. When on the flip side, Washington running back had 28 carries for 150, I think, some shit like that. So you're not using Bucky for what? I don't understand that. They ain't really using the pass game either. But what Oregon was doing, he was I forgot the guy number 15, I think, Tez or something like that. If y'all remember, if y'all was watching the game, if all my Colorado fans out there, if you're a Colorado fan and you watched the Oregon Washington game last night, you might understand what I'm saying in this when I say this. Ted Johnson, the number 15 last night, the guy that Bo was throwing the ball to, the little short guy, that's the way Colorado should use Dylan Edwards. They shouldn't be pulling Dylan Edwards out the backfield. That's what I've been saying all season. Dylan Edwards shouldn't be no backfield back. Dylan Edwards should be put on that slot and used periodically for big plays and shit. Same way Oregon was using Dez last night. Or I think his name Dez or Che or something like that. But anyway, he number 15. And if Colorado would use Dylan like that, that boy would be dangerous. He'd be dangerous out there. But as far as him in the backfield, no, ain't like I've been saying, ain't a college in the country on a Power 5 level that's gonna put Dylan Edwards in their backfield as their main back. So that's just Prime got to stop that shit. But anyway, shout out to the Washington Huskies. I'm glad they came out with enough substance to whoop their ass and send Oregon on to a bowl game. And it's time for Washington to go up in there and send the Pac-12 out with a bang. And I feel like if they don't get a Georgia or Alabama in the first round or the first bowl of the playoff, they can make the championship game. But do I see Washington beating Georgia or beating Michigan? Do I see them beating Michigan? Yeah. Yeah, Washington beat Michigan. Do I see them beating Georgia? Nah. Nah, I ain't gonna go there, dog. Mike Penix is a good quarterback. Washington's running back, I can't think of his name right now. He good. Now y'all understand the SEC, Pac-12. Y'all understand the difference. It's a big difference between that. In everything, coaching, lifestyle, food, people, crowd. I mean, momentum, motivation, players, and all this is rooted in the substance of how these Southern players are brought up in their life, and then how these, even though some of them Pac-12 guys might be from the South, but still that habitat, that surrounding that they in, environment that they in every day is that West Coast. Down here, they come down here trying to play us. Y'all know how we get down, man. We rough, man. We rough, man. We gonna rough them boys up. That's why Bo couldn't make it down here. We rough your ass up, man. Bo, if y'all remember Bo Nix in the SEC, Bo used to be running for his life, man. Damn near every game. Bo used back there scrambling, trying to make something happen, running for his life. Because these motherfuckers down here will kill you, man. Like I told y'all, I was talking about Texas quarterback last season when they played Alabama. How Alabama hurt him. Look how North Alabama did Florida State quarterback. That's North Alabama. That's a Southern school. I mean, you come down in the South. I ain't saying we just gonna hurt people. I'm saying it's a little rougher down here. It's a little tougher. Put it like this: Washington ain't never seen a team like Georgia in the last 2 seasons that they didn't play, especially this season. Oregon ain't shit like Georgia, and they had a good game with Alabama. Will beat Oregon. You see what I'm saying? Shit, Missouri will beat Oregon. Missouri will be tough. Missouri will be tough for Washington. So we're gonna see what happens. So Washington really gonna have to pull some tricks out the hat, some trick plays, and play a perfect game to go up in this playoff and try to win a championship. But do I see them win a championship? No. Do I want them to win a championship? Yeah. I would love to see Mike Penix win that motherfucker. Because I feel like he rooted in enough substance to go up there and get it. Because he came out with enough substance, enough motivation to beat Oregon last night. And honestly, that game would have got ugly if it wasn't for that first half pass interference call. Then they gave Oregon a chance to go in and score. But if it would have been 20-10 at halftime, Oregon and Washington would have came out the second half, and Washington probably would have scored first. It would have been 27-10, and they'd have rolled on out. They'd have rolled on. It'd have probably been a 2 or 3 score game by fourth quarter. So the referees saved Oregon from getting their ass whipped and embarrassed by that pass interference call, because there was not a pass interference. So they would have probably ended up kicking a field goal. It'd have been 20-6. 20-6 at halftime. They came out and Washington would have went on and ran away with it. But they went on. They tried to save Oregon. And Oregon tried to climb back a little bit. But Bo Picks threw one of the stupidest picks I ever seen all season. Tell you. But that's Bo. That's Bo. So shout out to Washington, man. Shout out to Oregon, all them guys there, man. Bucky, I don't know what happened. I don't know why Coach ain't used. I guess he wanted to use Coach Prime's playbook and went on and just passed the ball all night. He felt like you wasn't gonna do shit. Cause on the flip, they running back went for 150 on y'all. So hey, it is what it is. Like I've been saying, any top team got a good all around offense. You cannot be pass heavy and expect to win in these big games against these big teams. You got to control the clock and you got to control the ball. The ball got to be in your hands more than the other team. Overpassing, passing too much, you're going to have a lot of incompletions and a lot of third down incompletions and a lot of punts because you want to pass heavy. And that's exactly what Oregon had to do. And exactly what Colorado did all season. Pretty much. So we got to understand this football thing, man. It's not just about the quarterback. It's not. Yeah, we give credit to Mike and Bo and all these guys, but it's not about the quarterback, man. It's not just about the quarterback. It's about the whole damn squad. The whole squad. The whole squad. And if you ain't got a squad, if you ain't got enough substance in your squad, you're going to lose these big games. Yeah, you might win some games with some good players, but if you ain't got that squad together, you ain't going to win these big games. Shout out to Washington. Washington, one of the best teams this year, so this is going to be a good-ass playoff. I really feel like Georgia going to get the job done, but I feel like I got a feeling. I just got this crazy feeling Bama might beat them tonight. But if Bama beat them tonight, I guarantee Georgia will still be in it. And they're going to find a way to put Bama in it. Especially if Florida State lose. So we're going to see what happens. And the sleeper game, Michigan. Michigan might fuck around and lose to Iowa, man. College football, man. P.S.A, man. Y'all pay attention, man. Watch the rest of these games, man. I'm going to holler at y'all.